What's good, collective? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Coco Divine. I'm the owner of King Infinity, where the possibilities are infinite. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I was able to finance my brand new Buick Envista through Navy Federal Auto Loan Financing. And if you want to hear the one hack that made a difference in my approval process, then you're going to want to watch to the end, okay? So, if you are new to my channel, on here I talk about all things financial literacy, entrepreneurship, AI innovation, digital marketing, and digital products. Okay, I am the owner of King Infinity, where the possibilities are infinite. And one of the things that I pride myself on is being financially literate and applying that knowledge in my everyday life. Then I come to this channel for my community and I share the things that are working for me in entrepreneurship and financial literacy so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made and so that you can get to the same results that I'm getting even quicker by using what has worked for me. Now, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply sharing with you guys what has worked for me. And when I have something that is a proven method, I like to be transparent and share it with other people. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. So make sure that you stay tuned if you are interested in financing your vehicle through Navy Federal. Now, another thing, this video is not for people that are not members already of Navy Federal. This video is not going to tell you how to become a member. You should already be a member of Navy Federal in order to apply these methods that I'm about to show you. Or you can watch other videos. There's tons of videos on YouTube that show you how to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union if you are not already a member, okay? So this video is strictly for people who are already in the Navy Federal ecosystem. You already have a checking, a savings, maybe a credit card with them, but you are already a member and you don't need to start, building a relationship with Navy Federal prior to this, okay? So now that we have all of that out of the way, this video is going to go step by step on how I brought my 2025 Buick Envista using Navy Federal Auto Financing, okay? Now this video is going to tell you how I got pre-approved with Navy Federal, how I use the app and the website tools, my late night approval strategy, my dealership experience, and how the repayment plan works after your purchase, okay? So those are all the things that we are going to cover right now in this video. Okay, so let's start with why I personally chose Navy Federal to do my auto loan financing. I'm going to link my car review video down in the description so that you can go and watch that so you can see exactly why I targeted and chose the Buick Envista as my new car, right? But the reason why I chose to go with Navy Federal financing is because of the economy that we are in. I did not want to finance my vehicle through a dealership, okay? I wanted to make sure that I financed through my credit union so that I would have a greater chance of approval. And also, not only that, I wanted to get the lowest interest rate that I could possibly get on this new vehicle, okay? And I knew that going through a dealership was not going to do that. I knew that I had already gotten my credit up to a certain level, and I did not want to risk having multiple pulls on my credit just to finance one vehicle. So with Navy Federal, that's what I got. I got one pull, one approval. I was pre-approved. I had more than enough when I walked into the dealership to purchase the car that I wanted, okay? I was approved for over $38,000. Yeah, I could have got a Benz or another Beamer. I've already owned two BMWs. But like I said in my car review video, I was not looking for a luxury price tag and luxury maintenance costs. I wanted a brand new vehicle. I wasn't trying to spend over $40,000 for a brand new vehicle. There was a lot of different factors that played into why I chose this particular car. But the reason why I chose Navy Federal is because they have low competitive interest rates, starting as low as 3.89% APR for new cars. Okay. The auto decision only takes minutes, seconds, even if you're using the app, which is what I use. I applied through the app, the Navy Federal app. I'll show you that in a second, how it looks on my phone screen. Having that pre-approval and walking into the dealership was so much leverage. I'm gonna talk about that more in my car buying experience, but it felt really good to know exactly what I was working with, the numbers that I had that I wanted walking into the dealership, not letting them, manipulate me or negotiate me into a deal that I didn't want or feel comfortable with. And then lastly, they have a fast digital process. So even if you're using the app or the online website, I mean, it's phenomenal. Their customer service, the ease of how I was able to do this financing was just, it happened so quickly. I felt scared. I was nervous and I felt like, man, is this real? Like, is this really happening? Is it really this easy? Because I've never had a car buying experience like this before in my life. And that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. Okay, so a walk through the pre-approval process for getting a loan with Navy Federal. So first, you're gonna have to fill out the application, and like I said, there's two ways you can do it, and even three. Okay, you can either call them over the phone and do it. You can do it with the app on your phone, the Navy Federal banking app on your phone, or you can go to the Navy Federal website and apply there. Either way, the main thing that they're going to be doing at first is gathering your personal information. So please make sure that all of your contact information, your housing, employment, your income, if you have a trade-in, make sure you have everything available so that you can just fill that application out in one go. It's really a simple application. It's not it doesn't ask for too much. It just asks for the basic stuff that you're going to need in order to get approved for any financial loan. Okay. So you want to make sure you have all of your financial information, your personal information up to date and congruent across, everything for your credit reports and everything so that everything can match up and you'll have least resistance when it comes to that. Okay. Then you're going to submit the application. Okay. And after you submit it, you're going to get a text message or an email letting you know that you were pre-approved and the amount that you got approved for. Okay. In my pre-approval, the first time I only asked for $35,000. They ended up giving me a higher approval for $38,500. It was still like $3,500 more. And I could have gotten something else, like I said, but I had my heart set on the Buick Envista and I had already done my research and I knew that the price point that I wanted to get the vehicle at, which was the Avenir model, the top of that design, that model for that particular car. And I knew it was right around $32,000. So I knew I had more than enough to get the type of vehicle that I wanted brand new. Okay. So after you've done that, you submitted your application and you have gotten approved, then you're going to get the check for the car, right? You can pick it up at a local branch. You can have it mailed to you, to your address. Yeah, I think that's the only two options. You can pick it up or you can have it mailed to your house. I went and picked it up at the local branch. It was so easy. Once I did the application online, I walked in there. I told them I was there to pick up my auto loan check. The banking rep took me back into her office. She printed out the check and handed it over to me. So I had it in my hand before I even went to the dealership, right? Like I said, it was so easy. It was mind-blowing to me how easy this process was. All right. Then lastly, you're going to take that check to the dealer. When you're ready to buy, you can go and shop around. I suggest that you shop around. Don't just go with the first thing you see. Shop around, get the best bang for your buck, right? And then all you have to do once you buy the car, they'll handle the signing of the check. The financing department with whatever dealership you're with, they will handle the check signing process, right? So once you have bought the vehicle, the only thing you have to do is make sure that the title is given to Navy Federal within 90 days of your purchase, okay? So they are going to send you the title to the vehicle. You have to relinquish that to Navy Federal in order to keep it as an auto loan. I've heard some people say that if you don't give them the title and you keep the title, then it turns into a personal loan instead of an auto loan, but I don't know how all that works. I'm just going to keep mine as an auto loan. Okay. So do your research and make sure that you do your due diligence, not only with the car that you are purchasing, but also in how this process works. I'm just giving you guys a brief overview of my experience. Okay. All right. So now I just want to give you a quick look at the Navy Federal website. So here we are. If you are a member of Navy Federal, you would either go to the app on your phone, download the mobile app on your phone, or you can utilize the website and get the same application. All right. So this is for the auto loans. As you can see, they offer rates as low as 3.89 APR for new cars, right? And that is excellent, right? A lot of these dealerships are charging 10, 15, 20, 24% interest on used cars, right? So just imagine. For me personally, I got a 9% APR for my car, but it's expected because and that's another thing that I love about Navy Federal. I had less than perfect credit when I applied for this loan, right? I had a repossession on my credit. My credit score was 699, like 1 point away from being a 700, but I worked hard to get that credit score to that range. It was still not perfect, but it's better than how it used to be. So you don't have to have super perfect credit. I have 3 credit cards with Navy Federal. They were not like all paid down. Like my balances were really high on those credit cards. So these are the factors that really I was skeptical and scared of applying. But I was like, at this point, my other car was breaking down a lot. And I was like, all they can do is say no, right? So this is proof that you don't have to have excellent, perfect credit to deal with Navy Federal. Like I said, I had a repossession, even though I did get the car back, but it still shows on my credit as a repossession. And I also had 3 credit cards with them with high balances. And basically that's it. The rest of my credit is just like student loans and things like that. But I don't have any other like derogatory stuff on my credit. Maybe one collection or something like that that's years and years old, about to fall off. But that's proof that you do not need excellent credit. They do new and used car loans, and they also refinance car loans that you currently have, right? So that is good. More about the APR. You can use this calculator to figure out your monthly payment. And as you can see, like my car price was, I just say 32,000, rounded up, 72 months. See, and that's about what my car payment is. My interest rate is just a tad bit higher, but my car note is less than $600. Let's just put it like that. And that's a lot better than a lot of people. Like I said, people now are buying like Camrys and Toyotas that are $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. And to me, that's outrageous. But this is a very easy process that you go through. You can even go in here. It answers all of your questions: how to apply for the loan, how long does it take, what type of information you're going to need. It basically gives you everything you need to make a sound financial decision. Okay. All right. So another reason why I chose my car, the Buick Envista, is because look at the comparison of this car to the Lamborghini Urus. Okay, my car is a little bit smaller and compact, which I really love that. I don't need it to be big and bulky. I like it. It drives like a car, but it's an SUV, a crossover SUV. But look at the body shape of this, like damn near identical, right? So that's why I was saying that this is a luxury styled car without the luxury price tag, okay? And it may not be for everybody, but it's perfect for me, okay? Look at this one. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so this is the Urus and this is the Envista. And to me, personally, I think the Envista looks even better because of just how sleek it is. Look at the headlights compared. Now, I'm sure the interior design and all that is probably no comparison, but just for the look and feel of luxury, like the car drives so good. I'm not disappointed at all with my purchase. I'm really in love with my car. So if you want to get every penny and every dime worth of the car you're buying, I suggest a Buick Envista if you're looking for an SUV crossover type of vehicle. Just my personal preference. All right, so this is my favorite part, okay? My car buying experience, my experience at the dealership. So I bought my Buick Envista Avenir from the Buick dealership in my hometown of Savannah, Georgia. Kreitz, that's their name, Kreitz Buick. When I tell you, this was awesome. I had already been online for months researching this car even from Carvana. I was looking at used cars, used Buicks. I was looking at the new ones in all of the local dealerships that had them available, because there's not a lot in Savannah. There's not a lot of Buick dealerships that carry the Envista, right? So I was looking in South Carolina, Florida, like the surrounding areas. And like I told you, when I went to the bank and I instantly got the check, like in less than 10, 15 minutes, I walked in and walked out with over $30,000 in financing in my bag, honey. I got the bag in my bag. I was so happy and excited, but I'm traumatized. Like I said, my previous car buying experiences have never been good. They have all jacked up my credit. And that's why it took me so long to get my credit back on track so that I could buy a new vehicle, right? Because I didn't want to buy another used car that was going to keep breaking down and you're going to have to keep doing, spending money on all these repairs, and you can't even drive the car and enjoy it because it keeps breaking down. So that's why I wanted a new car that came with a bumper to bumper warranty, right? So Buick made this experience for me so nice. I was communicating with them via the website at first. I told them what I was looking for. They kept sending me like pictures and videos of what they had available in their inventory. I was playing a little hard to get for a while because, like I said, I was just telling them that I had my own financing. I'm financing through my bank. So that automatically made them gravitate to me as a serious buyer because they knew that I already had approval from Navy Federal. So they took me very seriously. When I went into the dealership, they treated me with respect. I made an appointment. They were ready on time when I got there. They showed me all of the options that they had available. I made it known and clear what I wanted as far as the color, as far as the trim, the features inside of the car, all of the things that I wanted down to the very last detail. You know what I'm saying? I got the only difference in what I wanted and what I was envisioning in my head for my car and what I got is there are sports models that come of the Envista. They come with black rims, and I kind of wanted the black rims, but once I got my car, I named her Stormy because she is a gray, beautiful moonstone gray color. So I named her Storm, and she just looks so classy. And the thing that I love about her is that she has the clear tail lights on the back, not the red ones. So that kind of gave the car an elevated luxury feel and look. So I just left it alone, and I'm in love with it because you don't see the model that I have like everywhere. I've been seeing this car a lot more since I bought it, but the colors and the trim styles that people have are not the same as mine. Okay, I'm one of one. At least that's how I feel in my heart. But yeah, I love this car. Dealership experience was freaking excellent. Shout out to Kreitz. Okay, Buick did their big one with the Envista. Like people keep, not everybody, but some people keep trying to say, "Oh, that's not a luxury car," and it's not. It's not a high-end luxury car, but it is a luxury car in my book, and I really appreciate, how they designed this car. Yes, there are a few things that I feel like they could improve upon, but I feel like I will see that in the future releases of the new Envistas as they, progress in the coming years. And by that time, I'll be ready to trade mine in and upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So financing this way is the only way I'm going to ever buy a car going forward in my life. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you made it until the end, make sure that you leave a comment. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about the late night hack that I use to apply, if you want to know more about anything dealing with financial literacy, AI innovation, digital marketing, and digital products, please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Join the collective, the Crown Collective community. That is what we do over here, okay? And make sure that you stay tuned and connected with King Infinity, where the possibilities are infinite, so we can make all of our financial goals and dreams accomplish and come to fruition this year in 2026 and beyond. All right, guys. Love y'all. Stay safe. Peace.